Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1 testing group day number 5. We are a day away from the driver draw. Driver draw is tomorrow, but before we do that, we have one final group of testing as these guys go round testing with the game, basically showing their pace as well. Sorry for the lateness of the stream. But we're here now. I'm by myself tonight. Myself, WF1 Crotchlow, by myself in the comments box, but that is perfectly fine. So we should have a very entertaining group here. We are just in the middle of Q2 at the moment. So yeah, so just things going on now. So just on board with Bodder at the moment in the AlphaTauri. Just about to complete his lap at the end of the lap here at Silverstone, obviously the track that we've been doing for testing, and he crosses the line to set a 28 flat to go third. We've already got Unicorn Hunter in the Red Bull that has already set a 26.6 on the soft tyres. Checo right behind him on a 26.6 also. So yeah, so should be an entertaining race. We've got a few joining in late for the race as well, so we should have more than what we have at the moment. Let's see who else is on the lap. We've got Steerage in the Renault, who's just about to finish his lap, I believe, although someone is on the front on the racing line. It's Unicorn Hunter. He's about to start a lap, so it's not really good for Steerage, but yeah, and he's locked a little bit into the last chicane. So yeah, the definitely that Red Bull definitely put him off a little bit of a 26.9 for him on the medium tyres. So decent lap, but lost a few tenths with that, as his teammate Tedist in the Renault has also gone onto a 27.3 also on the medium tyres. Right, so I'm just going to get the stream up. So here we go. So we get on board with, I think, 4, but he's already invalidated. So we got on board with Stars Orphan. The stream is just coming up now. There we go. So those of you watching, if you could give me any questions and such like, it would be very helpful. Help me go through. Help me get through this evening. Stars Orphan unfortunately has invalidated on his lap, so he will need to go again. So as they continue going round, Daniel P45 in the Haas is just winding up a lap as well. Have already lost Scotsman and Jamie 24 unfortunately in this session, so they won't be going through. So we should still see 10 people go through, as long as they set times. We've still got 2 minutes 30 to go. A little less in this group tonight, but should still be a entertaining race. I should still be able to give one when it comes to race time. Let's see who is on a outlap. Hammer Time Carl in the Williams on the medium tyre. And he's about to start a lap now. Here comes Hammer Time Carl, just about to start off his lap, so going to get the best start to the lap. So going to make sure that the takes the chicane very nicely and then flat out through this last corner, minding the curb too much on the inside. He did hit it a little bit, hit the car stable, so on he goes to begin his lap. Is he going to take this flat old turn 1? A little bit of a lift possibly as he turned him down into turn 3, second gear. And a feather the car through the throttle a little bit too deep. First gear just to get the turning. And opens up the DRS down this small straight. That's the end of the first set. It's a 28.8. Slightly down in his personal best by the looks of it, but takes through these next few corners, and you're going to be very patient on this next, because onto the straight he now goes, where the old start finish straight you can still see the grip markings. But here we go, old turn 1, you're going to have confidence in your car to turn it in flat, but he can't. Takes it down to 7th gear. Which is still perfectly fine, you can whichever way to keep it safe. Down 2 gears, through Maggots and Beckett's, and then on the exit. Again, got to get the exit perfectly right, and he does so. Down the hangar straight, he's purple middle sector apparently, one into the game, and he's a little bit up in his time, so let's see how he does last sector. Fast right hand, got to keep it clean in the white lines. And then into the chicane once again, and into 2nd gear. Goes up to 3rd, keeps the traction nicely. Does he improve? He does, to a 27.8 on the medium tyres, very decent. Still, you got Checo and Unicorn Hunter in the 26s. 4 is the only one to set a lap, and he's not going to be able to, which means actually we're going to have 9 in this Q3 session because he's not going to be able to set a lap, or shouldn't be able to anyway, which is a shame, but that can happen. And as Scotsman is in 10th, has retired by the looks of it, he will not be into the next session, so we will have 9. And yeah, he's just about to head into the pit, so shame for 4 in the AlphaTauri. That's Unicorn Hunter, fastest in the session, 26.6. To Checo, 26.6, and then you got Steerage, Tedis, Timmer, Hammer Time Carl in there as well, Bodder, Starzorf, and then Daniel will be in this Q3. In fact, actually, Bodder is on the end of his lap. Apologise, I thought everyone was done, but he's about to complete his lap and goes a tenth and a bit quicker to 27.9 on the soft tyres. So decent lap from Bodder. Get some extra practice in for Q3, and Carl is just going to get back in the pits now. So 18 viewers so far, thank you very much for watching. I know it was short notice, and again I apologise for the circumstance, but we are here, so we've still got Q3 and the race to go. So yeah, any questions, anything about what's happening tomorrow? Of course, those of you in the league know that it's the driver draw tomorrow, 8 o'clock on the RSF1 streaming channel, where it will be certainly something you do not want to miss. That's all I will say on that. There will be various surprises and things that you do not want to miss, especially the fact that what tier you're in and what car you'll be driving and who is going to be your teammate. Very exciting times coming ahead. And of course, we will have probably more test races next week, and then we'll get the league racing underway. Yeah, very good stuff. We're just waiting for Checo to retire, so please do that, Mr. Checo, and we can move forward. People in the chat, if you want to give a little bit of a hello, would be good. If you're new to the league, if you're new to this from RSF1, this is, as I said, this is testing. Not a official league race, it's official league rules, so people should behave, but yeah, it's still testing at the moment. Just finalising a few things before we can drive the cars in anger. There's your times at the end of Q2. So yeah, we are going to have 9 into the next session. But yeah, Unicorn Hunter looking good, but Checo looking very strong for that pole position potentially if he can hook his lap up on the softs. You got Steerage, Tedist, Timmer, Hammer Time, Carl, Bodder, Starzorf, and Daniel in the top 9 it will be instead of the top 10. And Scotsman 4 and Jamie unfortunately not setting the time. They'll be outside of the top 10, but at least they'll be on fresh tyres from the start. Right, into Q3 we go. Who's going to be the first one out? Pole prediction time, anybody? In the chat, who wants to have a guess? Who do you reckon who's going to take pole position to Eva as well? I'd say probably 26s, probably a low 26 from these guys. Steerage in the Renault is going to be the first one out. Steerage is brand new to RSF1. I've known him from previous leagues before. 25.8 from Jamie. Thank you. 43-second lap. Yeah, impossible. Oh, Hardy. So, absolutely impossible. Unless he straight lines a few corners. And even if he does that, I don't think that's... I mean, if you could do a 43-second lap, by all means, go for it. Daniel's weirdly enough is going out on the mediums. Banker lap, I guess. For Daniel, but everyone else on the soft tyres. Who else is new here? Obviously Unicorn Hunter, completely new I believe to RSF1. Everyone else in this session is known. Does this... I don't want to be that guy, Hardy, but does this look like Japan? You sound like you know a bit of F1, but this does not look like Japan, does it? Look at the track map. Oh dear. Right. Right on board with steerage. He's going to be the first to set a time, hopefully, if he keeps it valid. Obviously the track limits on this game are very harsh, but in my view they are consistent with what they should be. Let's see how he takes it. Got plenty of ERS. Got to make sure in this game that you have plenty of ERS at the beginning of lap. Oh, and he gets a... Oh, that was close. Gets a big twitch of the car as he turns in through turn 1. That's very easily done. He just about manages to hold it. Now Hardy, I don't think we need any of that in the chat, please. I need to bring down drivers, not the place to do so. 27.5 from steerage, a little bit running deep. Unfortunately, yeah, he has invalidated by doing that, so that's his lap gone. So we'll get on board with Unicorn Hunter, because he'll be next. Right, so he goes to turn 1. How's he going to take this? Can he take it flat? Does. Runs right, but somehow keeps it valid. I don't know how, because that was off track. So there we go. It's a weird one. Anybody can tell whether that should have been invalid? Anyway, he's still on it. There's definitely more time to be gained. On to 5th gear. Guess the car a little bit unstable through that corner, but solid lap. It looks like a solid banker lap so far. There's some time here. Through the final corner, and it's a 26.2, so nearly into the 25s from Unicorn. So decent lap there. I reckon a 25 is there from him. Checo goes in right behind on a 26.284. Tedist 26.8 in the Renault. Next is a Williams of Carl, but I think he's validated his first effort, so he will go again. And I think we've got a McLaren of Timmer coming round, and we've got Daniel in the mediums. But yeah, he's abandoned that, so not a problem. So Timmer in the McLaren, very popular driver in the RSF1 community. Hardy, this is testing, so it's not... We are only testing times of what people can be. So really, in my view, in terms of a league ban, no, he doesn't really need to do that, because it's just testing. This ain't specifically Group 5, this ain't specifically Tier 5 or Tier 4 or 3. It's just people running their times. Mid-C 18. somebody in the chat who knows the... Never mind. Thank you, Jamie. I was going to say someone put the website up for Midsea, but there you go. We follow that Midsea. That will take you through all the steps to join the league and hopefully see you on the grid. One of the committee should come get in contact to you. At the moment, no, unfortunately, Hardy, we do not have a PC League at the time being. Probably something in the future, but not at the moment, as Tim unfortunately has invalidated his lap, so he'll be going again. Where's Orphan? Jump aboard with Orphan. Possibly the Clown is on an outlap at the moment. Jumpy, but yeah, Steerage is on an outlap as well. Let's jump back on board with Timmer actually, because he's further around. Let's see. Button saying Checo 125.9 for pole. Yeah, potentially. I think both Checo and Unicorn can get in the 25s. It looked like they definitely Unicorn. I was on board Unicorns now. There's definitely a few attempts in there. Let's see. See how Timmer takes this corner. Let's take it 8. Oh, there you go. See, it looked the same line as Unicorn, really, but unfortunately, the game has said nope. Okay. So Steerage will be next. Purple set to 1. So decent first set from Steerage. He's got a few fans tonight, so a little bit of pressure, I guess. Oh, nicely through turn 1 there. Alright, 6th gear, and then turning into 5th, that's quite good through there. 102.3, that's a good middle sector, so this looks a very good lap from Steerage. Nice turn in. Yeah, this looks very impressive from Steerage into the chicane. How can he don't hit the curbs too much? Yeah, this looks like this could be a 25 actually, and it is 25.4 from Steerage. There he goes in the Renault. So good lap from him. We've got just over 4 minutes to go, so still got plenty of time for Unicorn and Checo to maybe challenge that, but can they really? That's a pretty solid gap from him. And then Daniel with a little bit of a lock-up. Yeah, I mean at this point it doesn't matter. I mean it's good that he's showing his real pace. It doesn't matter that he's too fast. Just for me personally. I mean if he is, I mean someone else could get close to that lap time. This is testing after all. It's not finalised tiers yet. So people in the background know what he's doing. Right, Daniel through Magnus and Becker's. Couple of gears down. Nicely done. Middle sector 2.7. 2 tenths down on Steerage, but this could be a front row start for Daniel if he picks up this last sector. 6th gear. Nice. Gets the turn in very good. Looks like a good, very good hooked up lap. Slightly cautious through the chicane, but nicely threaded through the power. 26.2. Just ahead of Unicorn. Hardy, we will. We will. Okay? Why is everyone panicking? Alright? Oh dear. Right, Checo on a lap. At the moment. He's got enough time to go around again, if he's not. Why are you guys panicking? Calm. I'm not going to react. I'm just going to say this once. It is testing. These ain't the groups that may be racing with each other. So stop worrying. Damn. Right, here we go from Checo. This looks... He was up on his time and he was purple middle sector. Let's see, can he get it into the 25s? Very close. Yes, he does. 25.9 from Checo. Very good, but can Unicorn Hunter? I think he's already crossed the line, so he's got enough time to go again. Right, so yellow. There's a McLaren going through. Who's next? Is that a Haas coming through? No, that's Daniel. So Daniel's done for the session. 26.2. He seemed happy with that. Checo, I believe, it's not Beast Pro. It's an I can't think what his old game tag used to be. Might actually be Beast Pro. Is it Zombie Head? Is it Beast Pro or Zombie Head? Is former gamer tag Patronus with Checo. I'm always forgetting which one is which. Right, Tedist. Only 3 times up on this lap. So this looks solid from Tedis in the Renault. Unicorn Hunter is ahead of him, so I'll jump on Unicorn next. Nope. He's got enough time to go again if he has the fuel. But Tedis goes to 26.5 in the Renault. Solid time. He's got another Renault coming around. Steerage is coming around for another outlap. But is he going to make the... Are you going to make the line in time? Nope, surely not. Although it does say that he's on an outlap, and there is a thing... Yeah, he's backed off anyway. It's allowed him to carry on, and that is still a thing in this game, unfortunately. That people can continue, but it is a known thing to keep an eye on. In fact, you can continue past your outlap. Right, so who's next? There's a Williams coming round. That's Hammer Time Carl. He's nearly 4 attempts up on a 27.1. Would like to get into the 26s. Let's see what he can do. And 26.5 goes ahead of Tedist. So solid. And Unicorn. Wasn't Unicorn, that was Bodder. He's got to 26.7 as well. So midfield looks quite close. Unicorn's back in the pits. Tedis is just coming around. I think that is it. Yes, I believe it is. So steerage in the Renault does take pole position by half a second from Checo in the end. The only other guy in the 25s. Daniel in the other half will be in third, just ahead of Unicorn Hunter. Carl just ahead of Tedist with Bodder, and then the 2 McLarens of Timmer and Orphan. Well, an invalid 25.2 from Stewart, but didn't improve because it was invalid, thank goodness. Yeah, that is still a thing, but obviously that is still a thing come the league. We can easily police that because we can tell, you know, if the time has expired. And of course, everyone knows that, so they can't obviously get away with it. Alright, so there we are. So we'll set for the race, and hopefully should be a good one. Okay, so we'll see. There were a couple that weren't doing qualifying, so we'll see whether they have joined the session. Hopefully, as I said, should be a good race. Remember, this is the last testing group before we do the draw tomorrow. And as I speak, the people doing the draw are finalising it. They're finalising everything, including where people are in the tiers. So, I have my assurance that everybody is on it. I'm sure it should be good. Now, first things first is hopefully people won't rally up on the grids. So we have been joined by Military Virus, and I believe that was the only one. So we are going to have, I think, 13 or 14 by the looks of it for this race. He'll be put in tier 1 if he's tier 1 pace. God's my slave, or IGN Legends, I know who that is. You won't be put in it just because you want to punt him, basically. So that'd be very wrong to do. I know you're joking, but still. Right, so There's 28 viewers so far. Thank you very much for watching once again. As I said, hopefully should be an entertaining race. Slightly less than the ones that we've had this week. But as I said, should be quite good anyway. Alright, let's have a look. So we do have 13 for you on the medium tyres. Of course, those who haven't seen it before might see the new graphic system that we're going to have on the game. It shows up the tyre strategy, and obviously you can see the new graphics in terms of the lettering, the numbers, a little bit more modernized. So a few different things to get used to. Anybody that's in the league, obviously, an announcement will be made soon after the driver draw who's commentating each tier. I myself will be organising who is where, depending on availability of what days they will do. Obviously, I've been thinking very heavily about it. Unfortunately, Unicorn Hunter has readied up before the lobby host, which I believe is Bodder. So Unicorn will want to iron that out before the league starts, because that is a rule that we have. It's common courtesy. We need to give people time to adjust their setups and have a break if need be. But should be fine. Everybody should be here anyway. And here we go. So let's bring up the tyres as they go off on their formation lap. F4. To commentate F4. Depends. Depends, Hush, on availability of everyone else. Right, so run you through the grid. So 13th place in the Alona Ferrari is Military Virus. 12th is Stars Orphan 6 in the first of the McLarens. Followed next by RS Checo in 11th. Why is Checo down in 11th? Okay, that's a new thing. That's surely not. Right. Maybe for... Yeah, Checo's should be second, I believe, and then he's been dropped down. Is anybody else out of place? Yeah, Orphan's in the wrong place as well. Okay. Weird. Yeah, Carl's... I'm sure Carl started 4th. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, so, yeah, so Checo in 11th. Jamie in the Mercedes 10th with BVB4 in 9th place. Scotsman in the Racing Point would be starting 8th. Timmer in 7th. Bodder in 6th. Tedist in 5th. Hammer Time Carl in 4th. Unicorn Hunter 3rd. Daniel P45 2nd now, and steerage from the front. So, interesting, but... Okay. Alright, let's... Yes. Very right now, so it's a line up on the grid. Yeah, slightly weird. That's the first time I've seen that. Patronus. With the grid not as they are. Yes, carry on regardless, I think, but yeah, this is a test race, Patrick, so just testing lap times and so on and so forth. So right, here we go for the lights, hopefully. Oh, here we go. Here we go, 3, 4, 5 lights. And lights out, away they go. Let's hope to have a clean turn 1. Daniel's got a very good start on steerage. Up on the inside, he's going to take the lead. Hamilton goes sideways, and Williams off. And it is Carl, and he's managed to keep it away from the barriers. Got no damage. Unfortunately for the Williams, Daniel keeps in the lead, just ahead of steerage. Unicorns up to third, Bottom's up to 4th. He's had a very decent start in the AlphaTauri. There's the race strategy for Checo, actually. As we're on board with Checo's Unicorn was looking up on the inside of steerage there, but couldn't get the move done. So the race strategy come up for everybody on the mediums. They can do one. Oh, and Checo's just gone straight off. That was sudden. What happened there? I don't know how he's done that. It just went straight right. Checo's out of the race. Goodness me, and it's a full safety car, unsurprisingly, because Checo's gone straight into the wall. I don't know how that's happened. Turn straight right. It didn't look deliberate. I don't even suggest that was deliberate, but it was very sudden. There we go. Yeah, that's the tyre strategy for Daniel. Could go mediums or hard tyres on lap 10, apparently. So, see what he does. I don't think anybody's going to pit here under the safety car. So, see who made biggest gain. Military Virus up to 8th place, but he did start at the back. We didn't get to see his proper pace. 4 is in the pits with damage. Yeah, 4 and Orphan. Are they with damage? It might be. So 4. See, doesn't look like to be any. Oh, he's getting off this. Oh, he's onto mediums. No, hard. Sorry, Jesus. So hard tires for 4. There was no damage, so maybe attempting to go all the way to the end. Orphan as well, so that could be an interesting strategy for the both of them. As Virus has had a collision with Scotsman there, and he's got a 5-second penalty straight up. He's got damage as well, so not good for Virus. People haven't really done safety car sort of laps for a while, so they've got to keep the space between each other. I always say about a couple of cars gap at least. For everyone, as the timing pages has just corrected itself. It does do that still. Hopefully there'll be a patch soon to correct that. There's the tyre strategy once again for Daniel. Good start from Daniel, but just got the better start on the soft tyres. So steerage, you want to make sure behind him in the Renault that Daniel doesn't get too far ahead, and then steerage will have the advantage later on with the faster tyres. As Ted is now and Virus having a collision, so something you've got to be aware of on this. Still nobody yet to pit. Still only 4 and Orphan doing an interesting strategy on the hard tyres. Those hard tyres, they're very durable, but they are very slow. As Virus is into the pits, he does have wing damage. Best to get it out of the way done now. And he's going to do that now. I would say probably do the same as what 4 and Orphan done. Probably hard tyres. And the safety car will probably help. So let's see. So yeah, hard tyres for Virus. Best thing to do. And he's got to wait as well. So he's got the 5-second penalty out of his way. So another good thing. So there we go. And you've got to be careful of that safety car. You don't. That's another thing. Don't hit the safety car while you're in the lead. Yeah, good start from Jamie as well, up to P6 in the Mercedes. Bodo and Tim are up 2. Now, I would think, obviously, if the glitch of incorrect grid placing, like for example, if that was a league race, and the fact that Checo, because Checo really should have started second, obviously he was at the back. If that happens in a league race, I would assume it would be a complete race restart, race only. So that is something we can sort of go around, I would think. It's still annoying, no? But it is what it is. Hopefully they can correct it before we start proper. Yeah, touch safety car instantly does disqualify you, Petronicio, correct. We are just waiting for the moment. I don't think the safety car... Will the safety car be in? Yes, it is. Safety car in this lap. So Daniel's going to be backing up the grid. This is where you've got to be very careful on keeping the space. Yeah, and the car length for 2, I would say. And they're getting quite close to one another. But steerage would not want to let Daniel go on this restart. When is Daniel going to fall? He's got to wait until the safety car goes into the pits proper. Otherwise the game slows you down, and he's not waiting. Safety car is in very slowly, and steerage has been... I don't know whether he got hit by Unicorn behind, but he's definitely been caught out by this. And Daniel is gone. Daniel's got a second gap. What a restart from Daniel. And Unicorn is all over the inside of steerage. This will be a brave move up on the inside. Steerage lets him go. Scotsman is out. What's happened to Scotsman? Oh, middle of the track. What happened to Scotsman? Completely middle of the track as a Unicorn has got by steerage on that restart. He's absolutely blown by steerage, but I don't know what happened to Scotsman. Must have just lost it at the last corner because he's in the middle of the road on the start finish straight, and that's a shame for Scotsman. He is out on the spot. But great restart from Daniel. Almost 2 seconds, and he's still extending the gap ahead of Unicorn, who's now into second. Steerage got caught out by that. Bottas still in 4th. Had a Timmer, and then you got Jamie up behind, and then you got Teddis and Cole. Cole's right up behind Teddis for 7th. Already heading to Australia with that line there, Carl. But keeps tucked in behind the gearbox. Of course, everyone has been saving fuel and ERS under this, so everyone have loads of ERS to burn. But here comes Carl. Is Teddis using it? They're both using it. Side by side down the hangar straight. They're almost touching tyres. Come on, here we go. Right when he has for Carl. Can he do it? I think he can. Seems to be by. Gets a 3-second time penalty for giving the room, but gets the move done. And whoa, what was that line, Carl? Straight over the curb. Gets the move done though. He's into 7th. Back up to the front though. And Daniel's gone. He's 2.5 seconds and is growing the gap moment by moment. Steerage keeping Unicorn. He's trying to keep in the slipstream, trying to keep under in that second with that DRS. But Bodo just behind in the Alpha. And you got Timmer and Jamie. And Teddis and Carl still going at it. Still though, you've got Virus, Forward, Orphan. I don't think they need a pit again. Hards, 21 laps as Jamie has got a better exit down the old front straight, and is up the inside. Not yet for Timmer, but he's definitely putting Timmer under pressure as they go through Magnus and Beckett's. Got to ease off. He's going to try and get a good exit. All on the curb. Not enough though. Bodo's made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped off a bit from steerage. Interesting race so far, and obviously you can see the time penalties do keep popping up. We'll go over that as Daniel. What's happened to Daniel? Daniel's lost it. Daniel's lost it on the chicane. He's lost the lead. So Unicorn Hunter takes the lead. What's happened to Daniel? He's got grass in his tyres. I think he's going to be very careful through this turn 1, and that's a big setback. Well, Daniel, he's down to 6th, and he's going to be under pressure from Carl behind. Oof, must have just lost it on the chicane. Last corner, maybe what Scotsman did. Fortunately, he managed to keep going, so Unicorn in the lead. Steers 2nd, then you've got Bodder holding down 3rd at the moment, and Jamie wants to get by Timmer as soon as possible. Battles all over the grid at the moment. Now got the train of Daniel, Cole, Tedist and Virus is still hanging on those hard tyres. But Steerage is close enough to have a move on Hunter. Hunter got on the grass a little bit. This is a chance for Steerage. Moves to the left-hand side. That's a slight double move from Hunter. So Steerage has to go around the outside. Does the switchback though. Great move from Steerage. Can he make it stick though? Hunter is still on the inside. Doing a little cutback. Once again, but Hunter just about stays in front. Swapping positions left, right and centre, these two. Good battling so far. But again, because Steerage is on that medium tyres, he's just biding his time. And these softs, they can only last about 8-9 laps. So the amount of time for Steerage. Hunter again defending on the heavy defending on the inside. Hunter goes wide a little bit, just stays in front again. Steerage just biding his time, just trying to get the correct line so he can have a good move. Yellow flag set to 1. Four's had enough, unfortunately. He's got damage as well. So 4 will need to pit again. That's a shame for 4. These two still going at it. Bottas now 3 seconds behind me. You've got Jamie, Timmer and Daniel. Daniel, they're side by side. Going through Magnus and Beggars. This will be brave. But Daniel gets round the outside. Well done from Timmer. As Jamie's had enough. Jamie's had enough through there as they were going through. So the Mercedes has dropped back. He's dropped down to 9th. Great move from Daniel there, but Timmer gave him the room to do so. In the meantime, I'm not saying by myself, but I just missed the steerage move on Unicorn Hunter. Yeah, great move from Daniel. Back up to 4th now. He can start maybe chasing down Bodder. Again, Bodder's in his own kind of race at the moment, in 3rd. He's going to have that pass of Daniel right behind. And 4 has called it an evening, so sorry to see that 4. Hopefully he should be fine for the start of the league, as Virus is having a move on Tedist, and it's actually got round the inside on those hard tyres, remember, so Virus could be one to watch, because he's still within, he's well within pit stop advantage of the guys in front. So if he can keep these hards going, this could be interesting. Orphan as well, see himself going up. Now Steerage has got by Unicorn. He's now 1.5 seconds pulling away. But with this, look at this train. We've got Timmer, Cole, Virus, and Tedis now. And Timmer's looks like not using ERS. Carl is, and flies past Timmer. Timmer's going to be under pressure from Virus, who's looking at the inside of the McLaren. Still on the inside, Timmer giving him the room. Gentleman stuff from Timmer. And Virus is trying to get around the outside. They're so close. Gets the move done. Like tap of contact there, but nice racing from these guys, giving themselves the room. And Daniel's already caught Bodder, so Daniel is definitely recovering very strongly after his spin. Still this battle going on. Tedis is on the back of this with Timmer, Virus and Cole. Daniel think is having a look. Yes, he is. Go on the inside. Botta keeps hold of it. And he'll go for a very wide line, trying to open it up on this straight. But Botta, wise to the move, stays in the third place. Roll turn one. Daniel taking it a little bit faster. Again, going to try the same move with Timmer. Thinks better of it this time. How much ERS has Botta got? Botta's got loads. Botta's got tons of ERS. Daniel's obviously being on attack. Doesn't have much left. He's going to use it though. Where's he going to go? Outside. Is it going to be enough? Oh, what's that in the background? Virus. Carl, Tennis and Timmer. But Botta still on the outside of Daniel. Oh, we're trying to go on the outside. Oh, the chicane. Massive lock off on Daniel. Botta goes right around the outside. But Daniel's had enough again. I think he just spun it. So, Daniel's had enough. It's all kicking off. At the moment, the action is all over the place. Hunter's in the pits. So, all the action there. Great move from Botta around the outside of the chicane, but Daniel was not liking that chicane at all. That's the second time he's had a spin there. I don't think he got hit by any of these three. Because we still got... As a Virus now is up in the inside. The battle's all over the place. Virus up in the inside of Botta. So Virus is looking very strong in these hard tyres. Very, very strong. He's only 10.5 seconds behind steerage. So again, if he can keep those to the end, it'll be interesting. And Botta now has got Carl, and then he got those three. Tedis, Jamie and Timmer all locked in a battle. Nose to tail. Let's see what Carl can do. Again, Botta's doing this very tactically. Virus has had it off. And Botta goes around the outside of it. Here comes Carl. Carl might have a double move here. Lined up potentially. Does he have the speed? No. Botta, remember he saved up his ERS. Uses that to defend, I think. Because he pulled away from these two. Oh, Carl! Oh, that was always his. Virus is off. Carl stuck his nose in. That was never going to be a good idea. The tyres locked and now Virus is in the middle of these three. Slide myself in the last corner. Don't do that. Oh, I can't keep up with these guys. Look at this. Battle's all over. So Virus made a mistake through the Magnus and Beckett section. And then down to the end of the hangar straight, after they've been through all that, Botta's in the pits meantime. He's gone on to the medium tyres. So Virus still the highest those have pitted, but he's definitely lost a bit of time to maybe take the lead from steerage. He still leads at this point. Right, so those that stop. Virus is again in fourth, and then you got Hunter on the medium tyres, then Orphan, Botta and Daniel 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Then for Timmer and Tedis still locked in a battle. What do we think, guys? Do we think Virus needs to pit again? That's another 15 laps on those hard tyres. It's potential. I know they're very durable. Just whether he can. Amy and Carl now in the battle for second, as Tedis has actually got past Timmer. No, because Timmer was in the pits. So Timmer on the soft tyres, the last one of those that were on those softs, now in to the pit lane. Where is he going to drop down? Probably between Botta and Daniel. Oh, as Jamie got caught out by Carl's braking. Got away with it. No damage, but look at the speed that Jamie has flown up the inside of Carl. I don't think he used overtake. Maybe Carl playing the long game here. Eventually, as Timmer has gone on to the hard tyres, just gets out ahead of Daniel. Might be a battle here, as yes, Daniel on the medium tyres all warmed up, goes past Timmer. Timmer's tyres are still cold. Let's get those hards up to temperature. He's out in 10th for the moment. Steerage remains in the lead. What's the gap now from him to Virus? 18 seconds. So Virus is definitely losing time, especially that fastest lap, a 28.9 from Steerage, way ahead, I think, of everyone else. Yeah, he's only going in 28s. And that's on 12 lap mediums, Jesus. It's, yeah, Steerage looking very comfortable at the top. Oh, chasing down Jamie. Unfortunately, it is quietened down, so there was a lot of action in those last few laps. I'm only just hit halfway, lap 13 of 26. I need a drink after this. Goodness. All Virus. That was a harsh track extend there, but tried to gain something, and the game was like, nope. Doing that. 22 viewers still. Thank you again for watching. But Ted is remaining in 5th, so Hunter is... How far is he behind? He is 32 seconds behind Steerage. I think a pit stop is around about 25, 26, possibly. So is Steerage going to pit? No, not yet. Probably would be wanting to go to a soft stint potentially if you can keep these tyres going. A bit slower that lap in the 30s, but solid place at the moment. Looks comfortable, Steerage. Carl losing a bit of distance from him to Jamie. So Jamie now is on 0 lap mediums, I'm sorry, but no, that's not right because he hasn't pitted yet. Is still holding station. 19.4, so he is losing about a second a lap. The Steerage still at the moment. Can he keep those hards going? And at the moment, really, there's no battles. Bodder is catching Orphan ahead of him. But Bodder has pitted. He's got Daniel behind and Timmer who have pitted as well. Orphan has pitted, but a long way to go. So, look at the RS count. Orphan a little bit higher. Or Bodder on maximum attacks. Orphan a little bit of a mistake. Here we go. Bodder want to clear Orphan as soon as he can. Just going to try to go right around the outside. Orphan let him through. Orphan trying to run in his own race pace. So good stuff from Orphan. Realised that Bodder was the quicker. So Bodder now will start to try and catch to Unicorn Hunter, who's 13 seconds up the road. I think he might be in a battle with Tedist, Carl and Jamie potentially when they pit. What's the gap to... Hunter is keeping the gap to Steerage, but I do think Steerage will be ahead of Hunter when he does pit. And no one else is, for the time being. Yes, the pit window is now open for Tedis for that soft strategy. They can now pit on these soft tyres. You can go to the end from there, as long as they're fresh though, so depends whether he saved a set from qualifying. Which I would assume that he would, because considering I don't think they did Q1. So, if we're good now, Daniel's on the back of Orphan. And Orphan just trying to run at his own pace. Which in some ways in testing is good to have. Because you can just do your laps and show what you're capable of. And Daniel's had a very big up and down race. And Orphan not going to allow that. Is he allowing? Kind of a miscommunication here. I think Orphan is, he is lagging a little bit. Is Orphan. Yeah, Daniel is going through there. Was unsure whether Orphan was letting him through, but Orphan did. Daniel's back up to 8th. Steer is still going on his mediums. Send the thing once again. Right, Tedis is now in the pits. So surely should be going on to some softs to the end. Alright, let's see where he comes out. Hunter is through. And Tedis does have a penalty of some kind from before. Might have been under the safety car. Yeah, I think he did. So he's going to be the only one on soft tyres, so we'll be flying. Where is he going to come out? Where everyone is. He's going to be behind Orphan. He's going to be behind Timmer. Be close. He was fighting with Timmer before. And yeah, he is. But Tedis is going to be the one on the move now. On those soft tyres. I can't unfortunately tell whether they are fresh or not. But we'll see. He's got 10 laps. Should be easy enough. Might start wearing off towards the end, so he's got to use these now when he can. So I'll keep an eye on him. Steerage goes round another lap, 29.3 this time. As Jamie's now into the pits, see how he goes. Cole is also in the pits, follows him in. Military Virus has definitely jumped the pair of them, so again, I don't know how whether he's going to get to the end of this or not. Orphan has left this session. Hang on, guys. I need to get him back in. Right, apologies for that, guys. I had to get Orphan back into the race, but meantime, we're back here, and Carl has come back out. Well, Jamie's come out quite a bit ahead of Carl, ahead of Bodder and Daniel, but unfortunately for Carl, he's right behind Daniel. And you look at the grip on the soft tyres. This will be brave though. Up on the inside, he's going to 2 for 1. 2 for 1 from Carl, using that overtake. Look how strong that is. Right in the inside, he's got them both on the same straight. Goodness me. I don't know whether those two, Bodder and Daniel, were using overtake, but Carl was. He flew past the pair of them. Daniel, and he's just leaving them to it. Fair enough. See how strong those soft tyres were as well. The grip that he had. Well, that answers my question. Meantime, Military Virus is in the pits onto soft tyres. But Daniel, meantime, again, he's going side by side with Bodder at this same chicane. He's lost it. Keeps it intact this time. Yeah, Carl's gone, so there we go. Meantime, Steerage has pitted onto soft tyres, and his retains the lead, ahead of Unicorn Hunter. Jamie is now on for third at the moment, with Carl behind him. Then we've got Bodder in 5th, Daniel, Virus 7th, Orphan, and Orphan is getting ahead of Tedis. Tedis trying to go right down the outside of Orphan, and Timmer behind it. He loses the car as Tedis goes right round the outside of Orphan. But Timmer's looking at his teammate. Trying to go on the outside maybe. Oh, Orphan not making it easy, but Timmer goes right round the outside and takes 9th place and continues to chase after Tedis. Well, back to Daniel and Bodder, who are having a titanic battle. These two are like magnets in this race. Can't separate each other. Let's see. Daniel using overtake is Bodder. Yeah, they both are. But look how low Daniel's ERS is. He's going to have nothing really to defend or attack at this point. No, he's run out. He'll gain some on the braking, but Daniel's not really got much left. He's got to save some ERS. Jamie sets the fastest lap at 27.6 on the softs. Lap is 8.5 to Unicorn. He might be able to start railing him in. Virus is in again. Virus must have had an off. He's in the pits once again. That's a shame for Virus. Looks strong on those hard tyres, but it's all come about. Yeah, change the front wing. Right, so still Daniel and Bodder. Battle rages on. Jamie is catching Hunter, but it's 8 seconds, 7 laps. Gonna catch the second a lap. And these two look evenly matched. Although Daniel has had an up and down race. These two look very interesting. Daniel has saved ERS. Up to 25% as Bodder runs a little bit wider the old turn 1. Daniel's done this before. Through Magnussen Beckett. Is he going to get the move done? I can't get a good camera angle, but I think he's through. He is. And oh, Bodder back alongside him. Takes much better speed through the exit. And gets back through. Oh no, but Daniel's off. Daniel's off. I don't know whether there was contact or we just hit the curb trying to give room. I missed that. Oh, and Jamie's retired. Oh yeah, Jamie had to go, I think. Which is a shame. So he's retired in the pits. But Daniel, I don't think there was contact between him and Bodder. Oof. Goodness. That's unfortunate. Also as unfortunate is I think the battles are going to stop. Okay, no worries, Jamie. Good luck in the draw and in the league. Six laps to go, and unfortunately I think the battles have stopped because of all that. But it has been an intriguing race. So definitely been some good battles going on. Steerage now leads and is extending his gap obviously on those fresh softs. Gone second, Carl in third, looking pretty good. Bodder in fourth at the moment, Ted is fifth. Yeah, it's all calmed down past the storm. Oh, apologies for that. Okay, Timmer in sixth, Orph in seventh. Daniel's back underway again. And Virus, who's had to pit an extra 2 times, still going around in ninth. So, there we go. Really much to talk about at the moment because you can see the battles few and far between. We'll keep an eye on Daniel because I think he'll be catching back up to Orphan soon. Definitely had an up and down race, but he's maybe testing a few things, maybe turned off a few assists, trying to get used to them, potentially. This is obviously the time to do so. You want to finalise a few things. Obviously you've got to be comfortable ahead of league racing because it's going to be a very long season ahead of us. Virus fastest lap 27s on those softs. Timmer's also slowly catching Tedis on the hard tyres. It's interesting. Yeah, but here comes Daniel. Orphan actually hasn't joined back in. I did give him an invite. He actually isn't back into the session, so Daniel's going to have to carefully manoeuvre himself past the AI car, which could be interesting. Let's see, Timmer gaps back up to 3 seconds. He was catching a little bit, maybe a couple of mistakes from Tedist. Lap 22. Let's spark a conversation going. What do you guys think of the new tracks on the calendar, Hanoi and Zandvoort? Obviously, we have not seen a proper race around that yet. I'll say it again in the chat about steerage. This ain't, or this probably not, but it isn't the group that he's going to be racing with. So he probably will be moved up from this group. Again, this is just testing. So remember, these times he's setting the fastest lap, you know, and so on and so forth. They'll be compared about to everyone else, and he'll be put in the correct group. I mean, he's only in this group because, well, probably because this is the day he could. So we could stop the too quick stuff, please. Yeah, what do we think about Hanoi and Zandvoort, guys, in the chat? Start up that conversation. Both early in the calendar, so very interesting to get those out of the way. I personally think that Hanoi is going to be interesting. I think Hanoi will be, that could be either a Monaco style race sometimes where not much action, or there's going to be a lot of it like Baku sometimes. Zandvoort's going to be very interesting because there's barely any overtaking opportunities apart from turn 1. Very quick track, and obviously the banking is legendary, but tough to say what a proper sort of league race is going to be like. I think Zandvoort's going to be a lot about qualifying. Qualifying would be everything. It'd be like a Hungary or a banked Monaco. It's going to be. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to Zandvoort actually. I'm looking forward to spectating it, commentating on it. I think it'll be a very intriguing race to watch. Not very much room for error. Also, it's, you know, it's a fresh track, so not many people are, you know, still trying to get used to it. Yeah, it should be interesting. Oh, what about the fact that Monaco and Baku are next to each other? Obviously, Monaco being race 7, I think, and Baku being race 8. Two street circuits, two notoriously chaotic street races sometimes. So could be two very good entertaining races in between. Yeah, that could be an interesting couple of weeks when we get to those two. Jello, Portugal and Imola. Unlikely, because yeah, I agree with 4. Unlikely because they're very late announcing. Plus, we're only going to Mugello, Portugal, and Imola because of circumstances. I don't think they're going to be added this game. They might be added next game potentially, and yeah, licensing as well. I was going to say that licensing. It's all to do with licensing. Obviously, Codemasters have got a few things they can do, but they can't do absolutely everything, unfortunately. Breezy Bark, when does the season start? Well, we've got Driver Draw tomorrow night, 8 PM, live on Twitch. And then I believe we have a week of social races with the tiers. But bearing in mind, that is still testing when we get to those. So if you do see someone who you think should not be there, there will be chance to tinker before we go proper league racing. So just to point that out. But I believe the first race is going to be the 2nd of August. The Sunday, the 2nd of August, will be the first proper league race we will have on this game. Don't know what tier that will be. We will be told tiers soon, because it's always based on availability, what guys can do. Last season it was F2 that kicked things off on Sunday, but yeah, the days are going to remain the same, I believe, in terms of, you know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the days we race. But yeah, 2nd of August will be the kickoff on this. Lap 25. Last few laps have dwindled by because not much action. I mean, there's Tedest is less than 2 seconds behind Bodder. The driver of the day. What do we think, driver of the day? What do we think in the chat, guys? Well, in terms of positioning, really you only look at Orphan and Virus, but you could say they've only got those because of others retiring. I think in terms of battles, me personally, in terms of given the space, I would say Bodder probably. Yeah, can't really take away Steerage's job. He's looked comfortable. Of course, the game will give us a driver of the day at the end. You'll see it will pop up. We are on the last lap. I would normally do penalties, but as I'm by myself, I will just give. We'll see how it goes up. Normally, if there's two of us, the co-con will check the penalties with about 2-3 laps to go, and then we'll see how the grid shakes up. Steerage is on his last lap. Looks very comfortable ahead of League Racing. Unicorn Hunter, haven't seen much really in terms of battling from Unicorn, so I'd love to see what he can do in a League Racing scenario, but again, looks assured. Carl as well. Good battle with Jamie early on. So, it looks good from him. Bodder. Good to see Bodder back. League Racing. So, it should be interesting to see how he ends up in the season. But Steerage does take the win and sets the fastest lap to boot at 27.3. So job done from Steerage. He can look forward to the league starting. Unicorn Hunter, good debut in him. Second place for him in the Red Bull, and then Hammer Time Carl will be joining the other two on the podium in the Williams, barring any penalties, only huge penalties he has. Bodder was actually being caught by Tedist on his last couple of laps. But let's see if Bodder keeps 4th place. He was only 5 seconds behind. Oh no, Tedis jumps to 3rd. Tedis must have had not many penalties at all. So yeah, Tedis nabs the podium. But congratulations, Tedis. So Carl will be 4th, Bodder 5th, Timmer 6th, Daniel 7th. Military Virus looks strong on those hard tyres, but had to pit a couple of times late on, so end up 7th. And then Orphan, unfortunately lagged out. And the end. So who's the driver of the day? It's going to be Virus. Okay. Fair enough. Normally goes by position gained, and I think he gained the most from where he started, but there we go. Right, so there you have it. That's the last testing group done, dusted. We can now look forward to the draw tomorrow. That is the next step. And as I said before, do not miss it. 8 o'clock live on twitch.tv should be a very interesting draw. A lot of hard work's gone into it. A lot of hard work has been put into the tiers, so obviously when you have the time, please give thanks to those that have done so when they reveal themselves. So Steerage first, let's invite them in to the party. I hope they understand this. There's a couple that haven't been in this before. There's your results. Steerage with the win, Unicorn Hunter 2nd, Tedist in 3rd place, Hammertine Carl in 4th, Bodder 5th, then Timmer, Daniel Virus, Stars Orphan 9th, Jamie 10th, and then for 11th, Scotsman and Checker unfortunately did not finish. Carl had 18 seconds worth of penalties, that's why he dropped so much. And I believe Tedist only had 1 penalty, so well done Tedist, keeping the penalties down. Alright, so we just want Steerage.
Good evening.
Hello.
Evening.
Evening. How are you guys?
Yeah, good. Good race. Sweating the whole way.
Yeah, well, I've got sticky palms. That's from holding the
My
steering wheel. Just,
my wheel nearly fell off my desk halfway through the race.
oh no.
I'm just trying to get steerage in and then we can start this.
I've got one of these cheap stands for my steering wheel, and it just sounds like it's going to crack every time I turn the steering wheel.
Where are you, steerage? Come on. I messaged him saying why. Oh, he's on a do not disturb, really? Oh, he's not going to get all this, is he? Can you tick the box, guys, if you haven't done so already?
I think I did.
Ask you a few questions. There'll be a box in the party chat.
Yeah, I've ticked it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Alright. Unfortunately, Steerage, I don't think he's going to be joining us. He's on a do not disturb, so I don't think he's going to see all of it. Anyway, let's ask you two a few questions. Obviously, Tedis, you've been here before, so you know why you're here, how it works. But Yvonne, obviously
First time, actually.
Oh, first time. Okay, fair enough. You're both first timers. We always interview our top three. Interview our top three and their thoughts in the race, like what they do in real life. So, we come to you, Tedis, first. Third on the line. Kept down the penalties. Did you get one penalty? Because I've got the I've got the party overlay, and it was in front of your penalty count, so I didn't know how many you had.
I think I got one penalty, but then when I went to the pits, I had a 5 seconds. They had to wait 5 seconds, so I don't know where that come from because no warning come up, and that was it.
You didn't hit anybody on the safety car. There was a couple of that.
I don't think so. No. No.
Don't know why that would be.
It's all right.
But you kept the track limits down anyway, and that's what made you got into third place.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that, because Silverstone is a very notorious one to do. Looked relatively fine, relatively stable, so you seem ready for the league racing. Of course, still some time to adjust a few things. What do you think going forward?
I'm ready for the leagues, but I think I need to do the tracks a few more times. I love the handling of this game, but for some reason I think I'm slower than the last game. Got to work out what that is.
Of course, you don't know what tier you're in. Yet we won't know until tomorrow. So, like me, like everyone else. But yeah, it's obviously the thing with this new season, this new game, is obviously you win last season. You could be racing with people you know, people you know from higher tiers. They could have dropped down. You could be racing in a higher tier than you were last season, and new drivers as well. So unknowns, a couple of new tracks as well. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah, bring on Australia, I guess, isn't it?
I must say, this league. You do have some clean races in here. I've been to others, no names or anything like that, and there's been dirty races. But I've been in this one for quite a while now, and it's always clean races. So I must applaud everyone that does it.
Well, we have good people working on the league. It's not being big-headed or anything. We just got people that just want to, we don't want to be on five lapper multiplayer hoppers, do we? With people taking each other out. That's what it is, isn't it? That's the reason we're here.
Yeah, you do a good job.
Thank you. Obviously, we have a lot of people working, so it's a big team, a big community, and that's what it is.
That's what I'm on about.
Draw tomorrow.
Yeah.
Draw tomorrow. Yeah, you were going to say?
I don't think I was going to say anything. It was a hiccup.
I thought you were going to ask a question. What car, if any, if you have a personal preference, what car would you want?
I
Or
think
do you not want to tempt fate? Because if you say a car, you're not going to get it. That's the rule.
I'd like a Honda sounding one because I'm used to that in my career.
That opens up a few options.
Yeah. That could be Alpha Tauri and Red Bull. That's it, isn't it?
Alpha Tauri, Red Bull. Yeah, that's it. So there's only 2 options, but at least you haven't said a specific car, so that's always good.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I'm not really fussed what car I get. They're all equal, aren't they?
Yeah, of course, but you know, certain people want the Honda, certain people want the Ferrari and the Mercedes, which is going to change livery eventually. But yeah, good luck for the draw. Good luck to the league racing when we start, and yeah, maybe we'll be speaking along the line. We'll see.
Alright, cheers guys.
Thank you. And then second place for Unicorn Hunter. Decent debut from yourself. Completely brand new to the league, I believe. I think I've seen your name before.
Yeah, it's first race.
Fair enough. So what do you think? Obviously, less numbers than what we normally have. We normally have plus 16 majority of the races, sometimes full, obviously, but this was just testing. Yeah, what do we think so far?
Well, yeah, I think it's good. I had a race yesterday, which was, I think it was just like a little mess about one. There was like 10 of us in that. Came second in that one again. But yeah, it's all good. I'm glad that I'm actually in league racing now. So I was just having fun, and I thought, oh, I'll take it to the big leagues and just try out this one. So, yeah.
Big leagues?
Yeah,
We're not big leagues yet. No, we're not esports level, but again,
Finally.
it's you'll find the community is
Yeah.
is there. So yeah, it looks strong. Couldn't catch steerage, obviously, but it is just testing. You may not be racing with him, probably won't be, but yeah, look, all set for league racing. All got the setups ready. Everything else.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, I've got all the setups all done. Each track. I just need a full-on cockpit then. Be a proper racer.
Yeah. Obviously, we'll see what tier you end up.
Yeah.
Obviously, five to choose from, based on your pace, and obviously there will be more testing next week, more than likely. In terms of the tracks, I want to have like a little insight as you're a new driver. Is there any particular section of tracks that you're looking for? Are you looking for the European leg of the season, like because it starts in Zandvoort now, other than Spain, or you kind of latter half of the season, kind of the Singapore, Monza kind of?
Yeah, well, I mean, I like quite a lot of European tracks like Austria, Spa, all that, and the Netherlands track. That's really good. Yeah, but to be honest, yeah, I think European tracks. I think they're the ones I'm best at. Because all the others, I mean, USA, that's quite technical, and then you've got like Singapore and all that. Yeah,
what do you think of the 2 new ones?
I absolutely hate Vietnam. It's awful.
It's a Marmite track, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's either you love it or you hate it.
It's too close. Yeah, but Netherlands I really like. I like the banking. That's really cool. So yeah, I'm glad they've added them to the game.
Yeah, should be good. Yeah, didn't see you do anything wrong, so yeah, good debut.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Right, so there you have it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I know we started a little bit later, but circumstance and all that, but as I said, draw tomorrow, 8 PM live on twitch.tv. Please make sure you watch it. Obviously, watch it when you can. Be great to see you all watching it live, of course. Again, I'm bigging it up, putting pressure on the guys doing it, but promise you, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So make sure you watch that. And yeah, you'll find out what tier you win. They may be announced earlier before the draw. If not, they'll be on the draw. So keep a keen eye on where you are in the tiers. Think about who you're going to be as your teammate, and then what car you're driven for the next several months. You'll be stuck in that car. But yeah, and then we'll have more testing underway. For those test races, we will probably have the people doing the who's doing the commentary for that tier. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. But thank you very much for watching. I've been WF1 Crutchlow now, not Brundle anymore. WF1 Crutchlow, thank you very much for joining. This has been RSF1, and take care. See you next time.